Hello, I am Dilanka. So today I want to talk about chips, not the potato kind. Unfortunately, CPU chips, especially two ARM-based server chips that AWS and Google built for themselves, called Graviton4 and Axion. Think of it like this. Amazon and Google got tired of buying processors off the shelf from Intel and AMD. So they basically said, fine, we will make our own. Like a kind of building their own Lego set instead of using instructions. We will look at they, why they did this, what each chip actually brings to the table, and which one wins where. So first, why go through all this trouble of designing your own CPU? That sounds exhausting. Reason 1. Power. Data centers are basically giant electricity furnaces. And traditional 86 chips haven't been getting much more power efficient lately. So when your data center's electric bill looks like a small country GDP, you start looking for alternatives. Reason 2. Control. AWS, Google, Microsoft, they all want chips custom built for exactly what they run instead of some one-size-fits-all processors made for everybody. Reason 3. And this is the clever part. They didn't have to design a CPU core completely from scratch. ARM's newest cores are basically a really good starting recipe. So these companies just add their own seasoning instead of inventing cooking. And the reason for the one that actually matters to the accountants, money, better performance per watt and per dollar. Save a fortune when you have got millions of servers running 24 by 7. Let's start with Amazon chip, Graviton4. This came out in September 2024, so it's the fourth generation, meaning Amazon's been at this a while and clearly isn't given up. It's a build on ARM's newest V2 core. And Amazon basically said more is more, 96% cores crammed onto a one chip. This is a 50% more than the last generation. That's a lot of cores. Funny enough, the clock speed is actually kind of moderate, 2.7 to 2.8 GHz. So this chip isn't trying to win a rat race. It is trying to win by sheer numbers. Like bringing 96% to a group project instead of one really fast person. And the memory bandwidth back that up 12 channels of DDR5 5600 memory pushing around 537 gigabytes per second. That's a 55-75 jump from before. The biggest instance scale up to 192 virtually CPUs and 3 terabytes of RAM, which is built for things like massive database that just want to glub down data all day. Amazon Oven claim up to 30% faster and 40% better bang for your buck compared to the previous generation. Not bad for chips number 4. Now let's flip over to Google chips called Axion. This is actually Google's first custom ARM server chip ever, and it came around the same time as Graviton4, October 2024. Almost like both show up to the party wearing the same outfit. And speaking of matching outfits, it's the same core underneath. ARM's new version V2, but Google took a totally different approach. Only 72 cores this time. No fancy multi-threading tricks, but a big 80 megabyte shared cache to make up for it. Here is the cool part though. Google built something called Titanium, which is basically their bouncer at the cloud. It handles all the boring but necessary stuff, networking, security, storage. So it's a doesn't drop of the main course. The Amazon has a version of this too called Nitro. Basically, both companies figure out that offloading the grunt work is just as important as the course themselves. The instance pop top up at the instance top out at 72 virtual CPUs and 576 gigabytes of memory. And the Google also got a small sibling chips called N4A4 lighter workloads. Google's claim up to 30% faster than the best ARM chips out there right now, and up to 50% faster plus 60% more energy efficient compared to a regular 86 chips. Solid duck, honestly. Okay, so there is a fun twist. Both of these chips are running the same exact core underneath ARM Neoverse V2. So this isn't really a fight over who built the better engine. It's a fight over who built the better car around that engine. Graviton 4 goes wide, 96 cores, ton of memory, basically built for workloads that want to lift heavy. Big database, huge analytics jobs. Axion goes narrower but smart. Fewer cores but that titanium offload engine sequencing more useful work out of every watt. It's less more cores and more use what you have got wisely. Honestly, if Graviton4 is the guy who show up to the gym and just add more weight to the bar, Axion is the guy optimize his form. Both get strong but different philosophies. So quickly wrap up. Same core, same starting point, Neoverse V2, but AWS and Google took that and run in totally different directions. Graviton 4 bets on scale, more cores, more memory, built for heavy duty data workloads. Axiom bets on efficiency, fewer cores, smarter offloading, more performance for every watt of power. And the biggest picture here is honestly kind of wild. Custom ARM chips, something that basically didn't exist in the cloud server a few years ago, are now becoming the default option for cloud computing. Intel and AMD, watch your backs.